Crowd on hand on a Friday night, 90s night. Teams come to center ice. Puck is dropped, and it's showtime from downtown Winnipeg. Moving right in to the near side. The shot, they score! His first goal at home is a Winnipeg Jet. His second of the year. Shifley down low, Velarde, backhand shot. He scores! Wasted no time. It's a power play goal. And Winnipeg takes a 2-goal lead once again. It's 5-3 for the Winnipeg Jets tonight.
Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, I guess.
It feels like morning. It's because it's so
because we're the only ones at the rink right
there's
now.
There's like nobody in here, so it's very confusing for us, and we get thrown off very easily, as you know.
It's true. I'm Sara Lusky. He's Jamie Thomas. Thanks so much for joining us for this latest edition of Check-In as we get you set for tonight's game. It's a 5 p.m. start.
Yeah.
Winnipeg Jets hosting the Utah Mammoth. As the Jets close out, it's still a little weird to say it. I'm not.
So you go from Utah Hockey Club to Utah Mammoth. So when I was writing the game preview this morning, you're typing out Mammoth at Jets. I'm like, wait, this doesn't feel right, but it is what it is.
We'll get used to it.
They're pretty good, though.
They certainly are. The Jets, as mentioned, closing out this 3 games in 4 nights. Big win to get back into that win column after coming up short and being shut out 3-0 against Seattle on Thursday night. They certainly rebounded on Friday against Calgary.
Yeah, just like the Monday game, but a lot more pace to it.
Yes.
But there was a ton of penalties. It was beyond ridiculous. I think Jets had 8 power plays, right?
Yeah.
And Calgary had 6.
Season high 8 power plays, 14 combined power plays on Friday, which was a franchise high that Winnipeg has ever been involved in.
And 8, so that many?
14
okay.
combined.
Gotcha. It felt like every second. Because we were watching the World Series game, I'm not going to lie. And we kept looking up like, what? The whistle's blowing again? What? And every time I'm looking up, somebody's on the power play. So that being said, the way they responded after losing the previous night to Seattle is something you have to be impressed with. And of course, Shifley, Morrissey, and Gabe Velarde gets his first goal of the year. So
you could just see the relief on his face as it went on.
And you saw that in the quick sizzle reel, as they call it in the content world. That you saw at the top of the show. Just him looking skyward afterwards. It was great to see that. And Jonathan Toews gets his first goal here in Winnipeg. There was a moment where you weren't sure because, of course, the Flames challenged to see if there was goaltender interference. There was not. But we'll hear from Jonathan Toews a little bit later. And, of course, Josh Morrissey, another great performance. Plays 28 minutes on Thursday, and you're going to back off a little bit with him on Friday. No, they did not. 26 more.
There you go.
So
he's in the groove.
It's like he wants to play for the Canadian Olympic team. It's just weird.
Right.
Just you get this feeling about that. So, Calgary, you knew they were going to have a little more bite in that game, but I don't know. Like you watch them, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're ever going to turn a corner. It feels like they were very undisciplined, obviously with the 8 power plays that Winnipeg had. But the fact they came out of that with a win is big.
Yeah, absolutely. We will get you ready over this next little bit for this game tonight against Utah. Kevin Sawyer is going to join us shortly.
He keeps saying notifications off when I text him, so I will keep poking the bear.
We certainly hope. Certainly hope that he's awake. No morning skate for either team today. Utah played last night in Minnesota, a big 6-2 win. And when you take a look at the Central Division standings right now, certainly Utah leading the way, which I know, look, we're not even double digits into the season yet, but I wouldn't have expected that Utah would have been leading the way. So certainly the intrigue continues to.
Well, how about this? They have the most goals for in the entire Central Division. They have a franchise best 6 consecutive victories. Now, keep in mind the franchise records now go back to last year.
Yeah.
They just took over from them when they went to Utah on that one. But the fact that they are on top of the division, it's just you knew eventually all the high draft picks and all the rebuilding eventually that something was going to turn. And it looks like Utah's ready to go to turn a corner and become a threat in the Central Division. Yeah.
So they are in game 3 of 4 on their road trip for the Jets. This will end this really condensed stretch for them of 3 and 4, but this kicks off 3 straight against divisional opponents. We always talk about that 4-point game, as we always like to call it. Well, with Utah, then they play Minnesota, and then Chicago's here in town later on next week. So key for the Jets to be able to get some points, because Chicago also playing better than what we saw last season.
Yeah, that of all the teams in the Central Division, you just kind of thought, you looked at Chicago as the one that's still rebuilding, and you thought that they would be on the back end when all the dust settles, but they have got off to a great start as well. But this is far from over, especially in the Central Division. Neil Pionk said yesterday, it's just like a battle every night within the division, and no surprise there. Also, good news. Well done. Utah's having a mammoth season. Neil Pionk, before we get into some clips and stuff like that, when he got that slap shot off the leg, the best part, or not the best part, he was telling the story yesterday at his media availability. He goes, I didn't see it coming. I just heard the slap shot.
Oh.
And if anybody's been blocked a shot in their lifetime, or the fact that he doesn't know when it's coming, when it's going to hit him, it hit him. And you were concerned because he was down there for a bit. But the best part is like he gets up, hobbles around, and then punches the puck so the Jets can get the puck out of the zone, and then he hobbles off. He says his leg's a little stiff, but he'll be okay.
Yeah. Great to see so many of you in the chat right now. Love to be able to.
Kevin Sawyer, who is this?
He's already blocked you.
Yeah, done.
For it. Great to see so many of you. Here's one of the questions that I saw out there. Okay, listening from New York. Love to be able to hear that. We will be sure to let Paul Edmonds and Mitchell Clinton know. So here's one of the questions that I see in the chat. Who's going to score the Jets' first goal tonight? I'm picking Iafallo.
Okay. That's a
is what this message was.
Yep.
You're I'm just going to put you. Yeah.
Josh Morrissey is going to get his first of the year.
Hey, there you go.
Thank you.
All right.
Who? What about you?
I don't know if it'll be the first one. At some point, you have to think that Gus Nyquist is going to get on the board.
Right.
This is the longest streak that really, since his rookie year, that he's ever gone to start a season without scoring. So at some point, it's got to go in.
He's been around.
I'm gonna go glass half full. With that, okay. So as I said, great to see so many of you in there. We love to have all of your comments in there. What do you think going into this game tonight? What have you thought of the Jets play recently? And just where are you going to be watching from? Always something that we like to hear.
Yeah, Kevin Sawyer coming up here momentarily at 12:45. Going back to...
Well, let's talk a little bit about optional skate yesterday, and then we'll go into clip packs about.
And now I know you want to bring this up because something important happened.
Well, yeah. So optional skate yesterday, and Scott Arniel has talked about how they have tried to manage and what their plan was in order to try to manage this 3 and 4, and especially just with all of the games that they have coming up. And so it was an optional skate on Saturday. People weren't skating this morning. With the optional skate, one of the players that was out there was Adam Lowry in a regular jersey. Now, Scott Arniel did not speak to the media yesterday.
No.
He is going to speak to today before the game, but that doesn't happen until around 2:20 Central Time. So make sure that you check Winnipeg Jets social channels for updates. Mitchell Clinton undoubtedly will be tweeting something out as well, whether or not there are any updates there. We are not expecting, let's make this clear. It was an optional skate yesterday. I mean, Adam Lowry is that
was not physical at all.
No, but a great sign to be able to see the captain out of the non-contact and into a regular jersey. So something that we will continue to monitor over their morning skates and practices going forward.
Yeah, just huge news out of there. But going back to Friday.
Yeah.
So first off, we all know the Olympics are coming. So Doug Armstrong, in charge of the Canadian Olympic team, many other management group guys going around watching games. He was here the Thursday and Friday games. So a heck of a time for Josh Morrissey to have a couple of his best games of the year back-to-back. He had 3 assists. But here's Josh Morrissey on knowing he's being watched.
Yeah, I think, obviously talking in the summer, the Olympic orientation camp and whatnot, the management staff kind of made it known they're going to be coming around to watch players, and obviously when you play their teams, but also come in and watch games. So I think as we went through it last year with 4 Nations, it's not something that you can think about as a player. You just have to go play your game every single night the best you can for your team, and if you do that, try and put yourself, I guess, in the best situation by playing your best hockey, and that's all you can really do.
Morrissey accepts that pass, 2-on-1, coming 2-on-2 rather. Nice move by Josh Morrissey. He comes in, corner, scores!
Yeah, he was real good again tonight. He's played an awful lot of minutes, and in back-to-back games, but he loves that, and his patience. He froze Wolf, and then he kind of froze the defenseman, and just a great pass to Casey.
Awesome stuff. Like that play alone, the move he made in the neutral zone, incredible, and then just was not even looking at Kyle Connor at all down the ice there, and just sends a perfect pass over. It's just, yes, Kenny's water ball, absolutely. And here's another thing. He was so good at Four Nations face-off, and of course was sick the championship game. I haven't had a real chance to talk to him fully about what that was. He says he does have that jersey from Four Nations face-off. It's going to go up in his basement. But the fact that he didn't get to play must have been just soul crushing. The fact they won was awesome.
Yeah.
But the fact he didn't get to play a part of it was tough for him, I imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. Also in the game on Friday night, Jonathan Toews, who had scored his first goal earlier in the week against Calgary.
On Monday.
If only he played against the Flames more often.
I know.
He scored his first game.
And Megan Mickelson's in the building all the time. Yeah,
he scored his first goal on home ice Friday night as well.
Without breaking stride, mobility, edge work. It's every pass. Toews scores! His first as a Winnipeg Jet here at Canada Life Center.
Didn't feel too good about it once they're challenging. Haven't had too many of those go my way in the past, but I was just trying to prepare myself for the worst and just be like, if the call goes against us, whatever, keep playing. But it's nice to get that one, and I didn't feel like I interfered, but I haven't seen the replay, but obviously it's nice to get that one count.
I mean, I think the thing I've really noticed since we signed him is just the love for him in this city and province, and then also as I've gotten to know him, that love is reciprocated. It was really exciting, I know, for him to sign back here, and meant a lot for him to be coming back to Winnipeg, his home province. So, we were all. You knew it was a matter of time before he'd get the first one here at home, and it's pretty special, I'm sure, for him and his family, and for us to witness that as well.
So it's the unfortunate part of when you can challenge goals, it kind of takes the air out of the sails. Like it takes away from the moment. So there was a big applause whenever in the building in Canada Life Center on Friday when that goal goes in. You think he has, and the Calgary challenges, and it just drops off. So that energy that you would have, leading up to the goal scored by Jonathan Toews, I mean, it went back up again. But thanks a lot, Flames, for ruining a good moment. It was just, but the amount of noise in the building when they scored was so
Fans
cool.
got on their feet,
Yeah.
which I love to see. And actually, I did a post-game interview on the bench with Jonathan, who is second star of the night. And I said to him before the interview started, I said, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I saw a smile, or at the very least a smirk after the goal. And he just started laughing back. Of course, me and Jonathan's known for being so serious and not necessarily showing a lot of emotion. So great to be able to see him. But he spoke then about how much he's loved being back in the city. He hadn't lived here full time. Had come back during the summers and had his cottage here and various things, but hadn't lived here full time since he was a teenager, since he was around 15 years old. So he's really embraced being home and being able to be around so many family and friends that he hasn't had the opportunity to for 20 plus years.
And how great for his parents to have him back here all the time now. So I wonder if there's like Sunday dinners, there's more of that. How much is going back for home cooking at all in this situation? I know he's 37, but
hey, I'll take someone cooking dinner for me.
I'd take someone cooking for me for all the time too.
Right now.
except for this next guy. I would not trust this next guy to cook me dinner at all.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's a heck of a handyman.
I was going to say maybe barbecuing though.
True.
I could see barbecuing.
I would go. Yeah,
smoking.
I got barbecue. He's really good at decorating his apartment. He's really good at decorating his house.
Okay.
A really good handyman. Every time you see Kevin Sawyer, he's sending us photos of another hole that he's put in the wall in his house. Look, he's got accessories. There it is. Where's that come from? Welcome to the show, Kevin Sawyer of television fame. How are you?
You're muted.
You're muted, buddy. Hold on. Turn this up. Turn it up. Hold on. He's looking. He's efforting. Hold on. Nothing?
No?
Do you want to? Okay. Oh, wait. Now try again. No. Okay.
This is bringing me back flashbacks.
Of the show. Yeah, Kevin, remember on Thursday night?
On Thursday night. This is not nice.
So what Kevin means to say is like, Jamie, you're one of the best hosts on television history, and I love watching your show, but I'm going to come back on. Kev, go out and come back, use the link again.
If people didn't see on Thursday night, we had some technical issues. And so there was a lot of Kevin popped on and couldn't hear him speaking. And we had a bunch of
So I only saw it.
Yep.
But I didn't hear what you guys were saying, but I felt your pain because there's a little green in there with Jamie McLennan. And then I saw you guys throw to Kevin and he had a big smirk on his face. He looked like he was ready.
But I couldn't hear him.
Yeah.
Then just more issues. So
yeah.
As it tends to happen at
times. Thanks, Matt.
Here's the thing. Jamie. I mean,
okay.
I don't say that we give awards for best comment of the day, but that might be it.
Okay. I think I heard something. Kevin.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes. The best part to come on with drinking coffee is you would have a little bit of a slurp in there. Now we're back. We're up and running.
That did bring back past trauma, didn't it, Sarah?
It did. Yeah. My eyes started twitching. I just.
So, Kevin, in a situation like that where you're brought in when you don't know he was coming in, what do you do there?
Well, are you asking like when we have our technical?
Yeah.
I personally, Sarah's gonna hate this. I was just talking about this with our producer Kevin Pratt last night. I like it because it's a challenge. Like there's times where we'll be in the game and I'll do a replay and I'll have no monitor between the benches. So I'll remember the play I called, and then KP and his crew, our crew, will count me in, and they'll be like video in 3, 2, 1. I'll start talking as if it's there, and then he'll be like 3 minutes out or 3 seconds out, and then I'll wrap. And it's like you do it blind. And KP was like, "Yeah, I hope you enjoy it because it's terrible for everybody else." So it's a challenge, but yeah, that's how professional. Like Sarah handled that so well the other day, and it's
you didn't look like you were sweating at all though when I just visually.
But you know what I always joke about is that I could have gone. So I had no contact with the truck or Kevin when they put Kevin up on the screen. I couldn't hear Kevin at all. So I thought again, someone was just playing a trick on me of pretty much just mocking me as being like, you could have help. No, you don't. But I always, it's one of those ones where I said, do you throw to break, or you don't know if they're trying to work on getting, in that case, Jamie McLennan back up or sound with Kevin. And so I said, that's where you could talk the whole time through. And I always tell aspiring broadcasters that one of the best things to do is to try to over prepare for an event, for a game, because you never know. You might only use 15% of what you've prepared.
Yes.
But in that scenario where everything goes wrong, you want to make sure that that's when it pays off and you have the opportunity to talk about other things.
Kev, you had Mike Keenan as a head coach. So when I was hosting Flames games, we were in Columbus, and Keenan would never, if he didn't have stats, he would not do his media availability. So our setup was after the first period, we'd always talk to the coach, and the Columbus's photocopier was down. So he didn't come out. I had to talk, to Sarah's point, for 5 minutes. That didn't just go to commercial. I had to tap dance waiting. Oh, I said, maybe Mike's coming out. I don't know. We're going to find out here in a second, but let me tell you something about this first period. That's why, I don't even know what I was saying because you black out in that moment, but you're just, that's the way it works. And you know how bizarre Mike Keenan is. I mean, he's a genius when he's coaching, but he had some weird things going on. One of those quirks was not coming out, and he didn't come out for post game one time because there was no stats. So
okay. So now that we're just talking and feeling, I have to tell you a quick Mike Keenan story because it's so opposite. It's so the 180 degrees difference from what a Scarda O'Neill would do nowadays. So I remember I was 20, I was a rookie, I was playing for the St. Louis Blues, called up and down. On that team were superstars like Grant Fuhr, McInnes, Chris Pronger was there, as a Tikkanen, go on and on. That was the year that Wayne Gretzky got traded there. And we would win a game, and Mike Keenan would lose his mind on us and punish us as if, just when you think you know what's coming, the opposite. I'll never forget, it was Halloween Eve. We won. He tears us apart, tells us we got to be on the ice at 6 a.m. the next morning. Everybody's freaking out. Brett Hull was like, it was hilarious. Just
I can only
so
imagine.
We're all doing the Indy 500, skating around the ice at 6 a.m. on Halloween. We have a big party planned that night. Keenan didn't even show up.
No.
Like, so it's kind of the mental warfare back in those days, and guys got away with it. It was just the different ways to, but nowadays, like, could you imagine? Like, it's changed so much. So I was glad he didn't show up.
But here's the thing. It made you a better broadcaster. All that weird stuff that Keenan did. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you, it made me, between a player and a broadcaster, to help with one of them, I'm pretty sure it wasn't a player.
All right. So the reason we brought here today, Jets are off to a great start, but like all the big players are chipping in right now. Who are you waiting for to kind of break through in some ways?
Nyquist. This team.
Look at them.
Yeah, he's on narrative. It's like you guys work together.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And I mean, great guy. The ability that he has is at a high level, in my opinion. And I think he's got a lot to give. He just hasn't given it yet. And that's all due respect. This is a results business. This is what have you done for me lately business. And it's not time to panic at all. But at some point, Gus has to deliver, and he has to deliver specifically offense. He has to score. Whatever the combinations are in the top six, in my opinion, if he's not part of that top six, then I think that there's probably better options in the bottom six for what the Jets want to accomplish as far as an identity and what the recipe to win the playoffs is. So to me, there is a specific hole for him. And I think that, there's adjustments. He's coming off a bad year last year, new systems, new players, no different than the other three main forwards that are new. But that has to start to grab some traction here at some point. I can tell you that it's not from a lack of effort,
right?
But that's something that I mean, there's no doubt that has to start. And they brought him in to create offense, and that's going to have to start happening.
Do you starting to see, just to generalize beyond Nyquist, with the new lines that we've seen right now, do you start to see some chemistry developing? I know that Scott's pointed to various times to the fact that, they still obviously as a team have a ways to go, and that there's a feeling out process right now still going on, a chemistry that's still building. Do you see overall, though, the signs there that they're continuing to take those steps?
Yeah, that's a good question. And for the first time in a long time, Sarah, where what was always rock solid, the first line and the third line for the last few years, and the identity of the third line was, in my opinion, and I think that you guys would agree, is kind of what you kind of would describe the fiber of the group with, is that Adam Lowry line. Well, for the first time since I can remember, whether you have Appleton on the wing or Andrew Kopp with Adam Lowry, I don't know what the third line is going to look like. And that's a good thing, because whatever that combination has been, it's looked really good. The fourth line for me is very noticeable. I do think by Christmas time that the narrative around here is going to be the best fourth line in hockey. Morgan Barron, Kepke, Tanner, or at some point when we get healthy. I mean, I don't know who's going to sit, but if Kepke's out, let's say, then now you got Nemestikov on that line. I like the fact that Scott O'Neill isn't sitting on a rotation too long. He's trying things out. One thing that has stood out for me is the IQ and the ability of Al Iafallo, and the IQ with Jonathan Toews. I think those blend really nicely. I think Al's got a level of quickness to his game where that can benefit Jonathan. And I think when you add Cole Perfetti's skill and IQ, I think for me, that, by the way, I tried to be a coach too in this world, and that didn't work either. So I think Iafallo and Toews have some chemistry that is hard to ignore for me. It'll be interesting to see, but I don't know. And I think that's an advantage for the Jets because they have options. I think it's an advantage for pre-scouts because they don't know what they're getting night in and night out as far as trying to shut down certain lines because they're changing perpetually. So that's a good thing.
Okay, so last couple of games against Calgary have been penalty-filled affairs, and maybe when you bring in a player like Brad Lambert and certainly Nikita Chibrikov, it kind of hampers what you can see from them because they're not part of the special teams. Is it fair to evaluate what those two young players have done so far as member of the Winnipeg Jets because of that situation?
Yes and no. I don't think that there's like a microscope on the evaluation of these guys anymore.
Right.
I think that this is, in their course, it's more about reps, time, confidence, teaching, and getting these guys, because I think what the Jets have decided in their mind now is that these guys are going to be a part of our future. And maybe a part of the present, a little bit of the present as well. So I think it's more about compete trust. Earn the trust and make sure that you show me you can compete no matter how much ice time you get, and show me you can play this system without the puck. Brad Lambert at some point is going to Lambert, pardon me, is going to have to score as well.
Yes.
They're not expecting that right now anyway. They're looking at other areas that are going to lead to that. I think that if there's one thing in his game specifically, or even Chibrikov, is we know that they're going to do that at some point. Can they do it properly? It's a tough thing with those penalties, but to me, it's about getting these guys around the group, getting them into the lineup here and there, getting them more uncomfortable as time goes, because next year, if not this year, I mean, I think that we're going to see Salamonson as a Winnipeg Jet. I think we're going to see Nikita Chibrikov as a Winnipeg Jet, and same with Lambert. I think it's just about giving them valuable time.
So last question for you, Kev, before we let you go. Looking to tonight's game against Utah, we had put up the standings earlier. Utah obviously leading the way in the Central Division, off to such a great start to their season. When you look at the style of play from Utah, you look at what you've seen from the Jets so far. What are you expecting tonight?
You know what's interesting, Sarah, is I look at this Utah team, and going back, of course, to the Arizona days, the early days, it reminds me of the Winnipeg Jets. It really does. You look at the core, and the core is built on a mid-sized to smaller speed and elite skill. And they've gone through their growing pains. And there's a core here that has grown up together, and they've added some good draft picks. So I think of Ehlers, Connor, Scheifele, Morrissey. They've got some, 4, 5, 6 guys that have been together for a while now. I mean, Logan Cooley's got 6 goals in the last 2 games. Yeah. And Schmaltz has brought him, although not drafted. Schmaltz is a huge part of it. Barrett Hayton, you can go down the list. They remind me a lot of the kind of success path that the Jets have taken to get to be elite. And now the same thing. These guys score, but don't be fooled that they're a team that can be scored against easily. Their defense might arguably be a little bit better. So what I expect is this to be, I think it should be one of the more exciting games of the year. Calgary and Seattle, those teams came in knowing they're not as skilled, and we're going to defend and we're going to beat them at their own game. And they did excellent at that, to a certain point for Calgary in the second game. I think this game is going to be well played by both teams, but I think it's going to lead to a lot of offensive chances. And if one team isn't on their game, this we could see some offense here. But Utah is very good offensively. So far, I think they're equally as good as defensively as well. This should be a good one.
Good to hear, brother. Thanks for covering on the no audio. You're the best. And,
I would like it if your fans wouldn't mind giving a little bit of opinion on, like, maybe a little color in here, guys. I'm not sure. I
want to know what's behind that door over your right shoulder. Like, what is that door?
The minimalist look is what someone pointed out.
So I think there's a closet there or something. I don't know.
Let's start a poll. I don't know.
See you later today, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Kev, thanks so much, Kev.
God, love that guy. You have there's live questions, one of my favorite parts of what the content department does, and this is a great one because I have some ideas about who would be great in a zombie apocalypse. And it's so obvious.
Let's switch to it then.
So let's roll that video and some great stuff from the content department on this one.
How long would you survive a zombie apocalypse? What? Cheddar will freaking eat him before they eat him.
I don't believe in zombies.
I don't know. I don't think I'd last very long.
Whatever not long is my answer.
I don't know. 10 minutes? Forever. Sit in my basement, watch movies.
5 minutes?
It's in a while.
Forever?
It really come down to food. Food and how much ammunition you got.
You can still fish.
Oh, that's a good point. Forever, really.
I said 5. I said a while. What's a while? 15 minutes could be a minute.
Be a battle, but I would like to say I could go a year, at least a year.
I already said forever, but I'm beginning to question.
I don't know if Lambo's making it past the week.
Oh, well. I try to find water as soon as possible, though.
Maybe like a week?
With this guy, a long time.
A couple months, that might be close.
As long as it takes, I don't know.
Ow? Well, they would never be able to find him, so yeah, you're right. We can't find him in the summertime, so.
I'd survive forever. I'd go without and survive forever.
So 100%, Al Iafredi. I follow. Al Iafallo.
Or Iafredi. Maybe he would do really well against zombies.
Well, the guy had the hardest slap shot, so he could take out some zombies with that stuff. but I follow. I would find where he is.
Yeah.
I'd race downtown.
Yeah.
Al, sorry, I'm hanging out with you. I'd bail my family and I'd go with Al.
Wow, just like that.
Yeah,
Huh?
Des would be fine.
It's a good thing your wife doesn't watch the show
ever, so I can say all these things.
I mean, Al would be. I could last 30 seconds longer than him. Nice.
Well, kids are loud, so like, how do you even survive?
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true. No, when you look at those life questions, there are always some guys that I think give some really good answers. Dylan DeMello
is a go-to guy.
Is a go-to guy. Just
Lowry would be good.
I would not last long, nor would I want to. Like, I'm done. Thanks.
And Helly, I'd find Helly too.
Yeah, also a good choice.
Yeah, because he's like, it's in his head.
Right.
And the guy would fish. I mean, that would be torture. Just sitting on the water all the time, but at least you'd live and you eat well. Raw
there
fish.
There you go.
Raw fish.
Do you like raw fish?
No.
Oh, really?
Well, I'd eat it anyways.
Okay. Oh, way to persevere.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So just a reminder, there was no skates. I was an optional skate yesterday for the Jets. Scott Arneal is speaking to local media here at 2:20. So maybe we will see get some potential news from him. Although, no, we're not there yet.
Okay, sorry.
No. Okay. So still talking about hockey just for another couple moments.
Just
okay.
Keep going.
Okay. Go. So hopefully there will be some information, but we will see. If you take a quick look at what the projected lines are, just based on what we saw last game, this is what we saw last game for it. Now, I will be interested to see whether he makes a change on the blue line again, whether or not Luke Shen comes back into the lineup, if Nikita Chibrikov continues to stay there. So we'll wait and see. But pregame show on TSN gets going at 4:30. So we will be able to hopefully have some updates for you then, if none are provided beforehand. We know that in net, we are expecting it to be
Vitek Vanacek for Utah.
Yep.
Connor Hellebuyck for the Jets.
Yes, and as Kevin Sawyer mentioned with Utah, players such as Logan Cooley continuing to get the job done. He's in his third season, and what a start he has had so far. He had a hat trick 2 games ago in St. Louis. He had 2 goals last night against Minnesota. Nick Schmaltz right up there as well. So one of the things, the start, I think, is going to be important. That has been where Utah has done a lot of their damage, outscoring their opponents 11-6. So we want to make sure that you keep them off the board in that opening 20 minutes.
Fine.
Also, former Jets coming to town.
Nate Schmidt,
Brandon Tanev. So, all right.
Yeah.
It's
cheers
okay.
Maybe.
It's all right.
What about these hats?
Okay, let me tell you about these hats. It's today's feature of the game. You're celebrating the 15th season of Winnipeg Jets hockey with the 15th season cap from New Era. Number of different styles, colors available at Jets Gear's booths if you are here at the game today at Canada Life Center. But otherwise, as always, you can go to your Jets Gear store for all of your merchandise.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
All right. Can you tell he has to go somewhere?
I got to go.
Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks so much for joining us. It was great to have so many of you in the chat. We will see you on Tuesday. The Winnipeg Jets will play in Minnesota. It's a 1-game road trip before they come home for a couple.
Enough of those.
Enjoy Sunday, everybody. Don't forget 5 p.m. start. Bye.